And some more new details tonight in the case where a man accused of sexual offenses was granted parole. After review, the board is revoking the parole granted 2 years ago. Bernard Massenburg was convicted of 2 counts of first-degree sexual offense, along with other charges back in October of 1984. Massenburg was granted parole in 2022 and was then scheduled for release in March of next year. This was decided through the Mutual Agreement Parole Program. Massenburg's case will now be reviewed for parole purposes in November of 2026.